morning, afternoon, or night. This is Arwan May with the Emberlight Report. Tonight's coverage takes us across the battlefields of the four nations, where strategy, stubbornness, and sheer chaos collided within the Vault of Murong. For reasons beyond mortal comprehension, I am once again joined by our self-proclaimed sports correspondent, Lee Takran, who will be taking us through the blood-soaked details.
Thank you, Arwan. Folks, this was one for the history books. The Vault of Murong opened, and from the very first second, Emberlight and SKOL went at it like rabid badger moles fighting over a crystal plum. The battlefield was chaos, cities lighting up, rallies flying, and every inch of ground contested. Meanwhile, the Melon Lord Pact saw their chance, with the equalists, or should I say the unequalists, barely showing up. TMLP swept in from the south, capturing the lower Murong posts before shifting their focus toward Emberlight. 15 minutes into the fight, tragedy struck. Sl0wM0tion of SKOL launched a direct assault on our very own Arwan May. The man who brings you truth and clarity was targeted in cold blood. Journalism suffered a grave wound that day, but Arwan survived to continue the uphill fight. As the war raged on, Emberlight split their attention between both SKOL's relentless northern offense and TMLP's southern advance. Despite holding their ground and outscoring most alliances, Emberlight was eventually overwhelmed, and TMLP seized the vault, holding it to the bitter end. When the smoke cleared, the results were undeniable. The Melon Lord Pact dominated the field with 20 participants, 20 captured structures, 116.7 million individual points, 1.86 million healed benders, and 27 city relocations. SKOL followed close behind with 19 participants, 13 structures, 237.5 million points, 2.87 million healed benders, and 41 relocations. Emberlight stood tall despite the odds, with 15 participants, 9 structures, 269.6 million points, 3.17 million healed benders, and 40 relocations. The equalists trailed with only 4 participants, 3 structures, 34 million points, 989,000 healed benders, and 3 relocations. Despite being outnumbered and caught between 2 alliances, Emberlight achieved the highest total points in the war zone, proving that fire still burns brightest under pressure. And the MVP? None other than Captain Baloo representing Emberlight with a staggering 49.1 million points. Even in defeat, Emberlight's spirit burned hotter than ever. That's the play-by-play for the Vault, Emberlight. And with that, I'll turn it back over to our battered but unbroken anchor, Arwan May.
Battered, yes. Broken? Not yet. Thank you, Lee. Now a word from our sponsor.
Strength, defined, presence, undeniable. A fire that never fades. Emberlight, ignite your signature.
Following that chaotic event, I had the chance to speak with one of the victors, Des, co-leader of the Melon Lord Pact, to get her perspective on TMLP's victory and her, let's say, colorful past with Sin Cropper's former leader. Thank you for joining me today, Des. What kind of preparation went into TMLP's win? Was it spur-of-the-moment execution, or was there an actual plan behind the chaos?
We had a strategic top-secret plan in place that would include all of our Melon members no matter their power level.
With the Equalists barely making an appearance, some are saying the Vault was lopsided from the start. Did their absence shift the balance in your favor?
EQL's low attendance did help us take this victory. SKOL also took advantage of that and continued to attack us from the right, keeping us on our toes at all times.
Now let's talk about a more personal battlefield. You once again tried to assassinate me mid-broadcast, and failed, I might add. Was there a tactical advantage to eliminating the press, or are you just nursing a grudge?
Well, Arwan, you see my Milo handmade an I'm sorry card for you that he wanted to hand deliver. He came back crying, though, saying that you ran away from him. I guess we will try again next Vault.
Touching. Finally, I'd be remiss not to mention your public feud with Musashi. He renamed his city, quote, Des is fat. He's now zeroed. Any final thoughts on your dearly deleted rival?
The name change stung a bit. But since I was calling him Mushitty in World Chat, I have to remind myself that if you can dish it out, you need to be able to take it too. I am ecstatic that he has been zeroed, and I hope he feels the pain that my baby ult continues to feel now.
There you have it, a proud, unapologetic melon lord addressing both victory and vendetta. And while the Vault of Murong may have been claimed by TMLP, the fire of Emberlight burns ever onward. Now to the Temple Wars. While things started quietly, it didn't stay that way for long. The morning after the Vault, SKOL launched a full assault on the temple itself. Wave after wave of vendors were flung at our walls as thousands perished on both sides. Emberlight defenders stood resolute, repelling each attack with grit and flame. Eventually, SKOL abandoned their effort to take the temple, but not the fight. They redirected their fury toward our farms and cities, continuing their campaign of attrition and harassment across our lands. This concludes this edition of the Emberlight Report. This is Arwan, reminding you that truth burns brightest in the Emberlight.